It's late at night, and the house is finally quiet. Everyone else is asleep. You're lying there, eyes wide open in the dark, heart beating just a little faster than it should. Mind tracing the same familiar circles it's traced so many times before. From the outside, the day looked perfectly fine. You showed up. You smiled when you needed to. You handled the meetings, the errands, the conversations, the endless list of things that needed to get done. No one would have guessed anything was off. But inside, there's this quiet, persistent ache, this sense that something is wrong. Even though nothing catastrophic happened. It's like you're carrying an invisible weight that no one else can see. And sometimes you're not even sure how to put it into words. That experience of appearing completely calm on the outside, while feeling quietly broken on the inside, is something so many women live with every day. It's not the kind of anxiety that announces itself loudly. It doesn't come with visible shaking or dramatic moments that make people stop and ask if you're okay. Instead, it's subtler, more constant, a low level current running underneath everything else. You keep moving, you keep achieving, you keep holding things together for everyone around you. And because the struggle isn't obvious, it can feel deeply isolating. You might look around and wonder why everyone else seems to glide through life with genuine ease while you're secretly managing this ongoing inner tension that never fully lets go. This isn't about being dramatic or fragile. It's simply a very common way the nervous system can settle after years of reliably showing up in demanding circumstances. So many women find themselves in roles and seasons of life that require constant attentiveness, balancing work, family, relationships, responsibilities that don't pause. The body notices when staying slightly on guard helps navigate those demands successfully. It registers that heightened awareness leads to getting things done, to preventing problems, to keeping everything stable. And because it works, the pattern quietly strengthens over time. There's no single moment where it flips a switch. It's more like a slow accumulation of small, repeated experiences where vigilance paid off. The nervous system is wired to learn from repetition. Each time a state of low-level alertness helps handle a full schedule or anticipate what someone else might need. The body files that away as useful information. Over months and years, those moments add up. What began as a temporary response to real pressure gradually becomes more familiar, more automatic. The pathways associated with scanning, planning, preparing, they get reinforced because they've proven reliable. It's a straightforward process of cause and effect. The heightened state allowed things to keep moving forward without falling apart. So the body leans toward it again the next time. Eventually, that alertness starts to feel like the baseline, even on days when the external demands aren't as intense. This learned pattern can shape how the entire system operates. The idea of operating without that underlying current of watchfulness can start to feel almost unfamiliar. The body has spent so long associating safety and competence with this quiet activation that it treats it as the default way to be. The outward calm isn't fake, it's real. It's the visible result of a nervous system that has mastered the art of managing while staying composed. But the inner experience tells a different story. One of ongoing strain that doesn't match the steady exterior most people see. A lot of women carry a quiet layer of shame or confusion about this mismatch. There can be an inner voice wondering what's wrong, why peace feels so hard to access when life, on paper, isn't falling apart. That questioning can make the weight feel even heavier. But seeing this as a learned response, rather than a personal failing, changes the picture. The body isn't broken. It's simply become highly skilled at a particular way of functioning, one that developed because it was needed, and because it worked. The exhaustion, the mental loops, the sense of being overwhelmed beneath the surface, they're signals of a system that has been running in a heightened gear for a long time. One of the more surprising truths about this pattern is how uncomfortable genuine calm can sometimes feel when it does arrive. There are moments, maybe a quiet weekend morning, or an evening with nothing urgent on the horizon, where everything is objectively fine. Yet instead of relief, there's an odd restlessness, a subtle unease, almost like something is missing. That reaction isn't a sign that something is wrong with you. It's the nervous system encountering a state it hasn't spent much time in lately. When the baseline has been set higher for years, true downtime can register as unfamiliar territory. The absence of the usual hum of alertness stands out because the body has grown so accustomed to its presence. It's similar to how silence can feel loud after spending hours in a noisy environment. The contrast is noticeable, precisely because one state has dominated for so long. This counterintuitive discomfort can add another layer of confusion. It's easy to interpret that unsettled feeling as evidence that relaxation just isn't possible, or that there's something inherently wrong. But it's actually a very understandable response from a system that's been shaped by repetition. The body is simply reacting to novelty, the novelty of lower activation. Recognizing this can soften some of the self-judgment that often accompanies those moments. It's not failure, it's adaptation meeting a different environment. Simply understanding how this pattern formed can bring a measure of relief when the inner tension starts to make sense as a learned protective strategy rather than a random flaw. The experience shifts slightly. The constant mental rehearsal, the difficulty switching off at night, the quiet exhaustion, they begin to feel less like mysterious defects and more like predictable outcomes of a nervous system doing exactly what it was trained to do. That clarity doesn't magically remove the strain, but it removes some of the additional weight that comes from not understanding why it's there. Many women spend years refining this ability to appear steady and capable while carrying an ongoing inner sense of pressure. The skill becomes so refined that even close friends or family might never guess what's happening beneath the surface. And because it's invisible, it's easy to assume you're the only one living with this particular kind of quiet fracture. There's a certain relief in realizing that this split between outward calm and inner unrest has a traceable origin. It didn't appear out of nowhere. It grew from countless days where staying alert made the difference between keeping things together and watching them slip. The body learned its lesson well, perhaps too well, and now it operates from that lesson, even when the original circumstances have changed. If you've ever lain awake wondering why you can feel so frayed inside while everything on the outside looks perfectly fine, that question has an answer rooted in how the nervous system learns and remembers. And sometimes, just seeing the mechanism clearly is enough to ease the sense of isolation that comes with it. Many women have spent years perfecting the appearance of calm while quietly managing a very different reality underneath. If you've ever wondered how that steady exterior can coexist with a persistent inner sense of being on the edge of breaking, that's a story worth sitting with a little longer.